Spanish National Championships, 24.5K to go. We've got a solo break up the road. Burgos BH rider Pablo Torres looking pretty strong. He has decent gap, but there's a lot of firepower behind. So we can see Ruben Fernandez and Jon Izagirre. Ruben Fernandez and Jon Izagirre managed to solo away from the rest of these chasers, so they're sort of irrelevant. They will get dropped. And there are a lot of breakaway stragglers behind. So you can see we've got a couple guys here like Ermanol Alviti, but Movistar I believe is there. So Movistar have got quite a lot of guys in the front group. You can just see Jon Izagirre at this moment of time is powering across this gap and really just trying to chase. The gap's come down 10 seconds in a little over a kilometre. So you can see the guy at the front is absolutely cooked. When you really look at this, Movistar are in a great situation because they managed to get two guys up the road. They still have Valverde and Carlos Barbero back in the main group. So in reality, they should dominate this. But it was interesting their tactics for this because they decided that they needed to try and get Valverde across at all costs, to be honest. So they basically absolutely drilled it behind. You can see here Valverde does his first of one of his two attacks. Gorka Izagirre is fine, follows it straight away. Herrada, the current Spanish national champion, has a little bit more, well, he was the current national champion for 2017, a little bit of 2018. He struggled a lot more. You can see here, Gorka Izagirre didn't really have too much trouble, but Herrada was struggling a little bit more, and there are the rest of the breakaways. I believe that was his brother, the other Herrada. So Carlos Barbero now, you can see on the front, driving it, and Valverde's like, right, I've got to get across this gap because it's really near the end of the hill, end of the climb, sorry. And you can see here, it's a pretty fast, 35k an hour, I'd suggest when he's attacking, so you get a real good draft. So this time, Izagirre and Herrada both managed to get on Valverde's wheel pretty comfortably, and Valverde managed to bridge up to the lead group. So you now have both Izagirre brothers, Gorka Izagirre and Jon Izagirre, Ruben Fernandez, Alejandro Valverde, Ermanol Alviti, I believe it is, as well. So it's a pretty good group. We got a couple of the other riders. So you can see Torres is now out front. On the descent, doesn't really have much of a gap, and Gorka Izagirre, who's an absolute nuts descender, you can see here just on the helicopter screen, he's just overtaken him, and he's now launched and basically on the front now, just trying to get as much gap as possible. And it's interesting that Bahrain Merida was so aggressive. They didn't want to take it down to a sprint, even though Gorka Izagirre has an alright sprint. Obviously Valverde was the favourite, so Bahrain Merida really just had to try and play the 1-2 attack with Gorka Izagirre. If he gets brought back, then go with Jon Izagirre. So it was good, but you can see around these corners, I believe Gorka Izagirre might have been his brother, but one of them definitely did 110k an hour in the Tour de Suisse down on a time trial, which was pretty nuts. So they are both solid descenders. You can see there's a chase behind Movistar and Razia. They've got three guys, and Valverde's the favourite, so they shouldn't really let him go. There were 14 kilometres, you can see he's got 11-second gap, and this gap just seemed to grow and grow and grow. There was no cohesion in the chase. I think a lot of the Movistar guys, they burnt up and hadn't recovered. But it's odd because you can see here Caja Rural Man decides to go, but it's just like there's a lot of attacking. No one really actually managed to get any gaps. You can see the group's now swelled absolutely huge, and you look at the numbers that Movistar have. I can see at least 4, maybe even 5 Movistar riders there, and you're like, they should just bring them back. But you can see again, Jon Izagirre, his brother, is marking everything, and Gorka takes the win pretty comfortably, solos it all the way home. Big boy himself just gets it. The old sport finally manages to break the Movistar. I mean, Movistar haven't done well in the Spanish National Championships recently. But anyway, Izagirre takes the win. Good bloke. He's got a long time to celebrate. And Movistar must really be kicking themselves because at one point they had 3 guys in the front group, including Valverde, and you've just got to think, at that situation, you just have to win. But anyway, 5 hours, average speed 42k an hour, so it's a good 200k race. And you can see here, I believe Valverde takes the second place. But anyway, cheers for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I should have some other national championship videos up very shortly.
Preventing Gorka Izagirre from taking that national title. Well, time to celebrate. And look what that means to him.